When I pick that song that gets the fever, gets everybody on the floor, that's the best feeling ever. You know, people are thinking, wow, where did that come from? I got to go dance right now. And that makes you want to keep it going. So you don't let the vibe die on them. My name is Nico DeMarco. I'm a fourth generation deaf person from a deaf family. Oh yeah. I'm a deaf DJ. And there's always been an interest in music. You know, for a long road trip, for example, we'd be bored in the car, and of course, we're going to turn up the music. And I'd find a rhythm and tell my mom, stay with that channel. You know, mom's deaf, doesn't really know one from another, but said, sure, you know, and she'd play it. And then anytime we got in the car, whether it was for a 5-minute drive or whatever, I was like, turn that music on. Always had to have the music on. We'd tell her to turn it on full blast, put it on max, because we couldn't hear it, we needed to be able to feel it. And I started to notice patterns to the music, the rhythms, things that I liked, and started to notice, you know, the last time I rode in the car, you know, there was a similar sound to the one that I was in today. What kind of music was that? Started to memorize the kinds of beats that were present, the rhythms in music. And started to know those rhythms each have a moment when they stop, and then when another new rhythm will come in. So when you're dancing, I would get that sense of when to freeze frame and then to go back to dancing. My family was always pretty surprised, saying, are you sure you don't hear? And it was really a process of memorization and feeling. And, you know, that's really the initial interest in my music.
It's my birthday, so you know.
Back when I was in college, I was always playing music, you know, on my stereo in my room, in the dorm, that kind of thing. You know, and a lot of people would say, hey, can you go play some music for us? So I ended up getting a lot of gigs and getting my name out there. I would say I get really busy weekends. You know, I was a Gallaudet student back then, but at the same time I was doing gigs on the weekend. It was stressful in a way because I still had my homework and my schoolwork and all of that. But it was a good experience. Well, I would say most of my audiences are deaf, and I'd say a lot of the reputation that I've gotten has been because deaf people share it and say, other deaf people say, oh, I want to have you there at my event. The most important thing for deaf people is we do like a lot of bass. Whether the lyrics are good or not isn't so important to whether I can dance and feel it. You know, a lot of times I feel it in my chest. You know, I feel it in my heart. I feel it all through my torso, and also feel it coming up my legs as well. You know, it's not enough just to feel the vibration coming up from the floor, but you want to feel it throughout the whole body. You know, the famous quote, deaf people can do anything except hear, and people say, but music's all about hearing, so it doesn't make sense to apply that quote, but it works. There are deaf people following in my footsteps and who do see me as a role model. That's awesome, so I just try to represent my community and do everything I can to help them visualize a future that's broad, without limits.